New South Wales Independent Commission Against Corruption. Avoiding corrupt conduct. Advice for suppliers and contractors to government. This video by the New South Wales Independent Commission Against Corruption, or ICAC, aims to help government suppliers understand their ethical obligations. As a supplier to the New South Wales Government, you may be regarded as a public official and subject to the jurisdiction of the ICAC. Supplying to government entails adherence to important ethical obligations in relation to areas including the provision of gifts, avoiding conflicts of interest, competing for work on a fair basis, protecting confidential information, and cooperating with public sector transparency requirements. You can contribute to an ethical public service by refraining from and reporting corrupt or dishonest conduct. In some cases, government suppliers are public officials in the eyes of the law, carrying out or contributing to a public service, acting for or on behalf of a government agency, or determining how taxpayers' funds are spent could make a supplier a public official. For example, a New South Wales local council decides to outsource garbage collection. The service remains a public function, even though it's now performed by a private sector company. While performing their contracted garbage collection duties for the council, employees of the company are considered public officials for the purposes of the ICAC's jurisdiction and legislation. In addition, any supplier who adversely affects New South Wales public functions or impairs confidence in public administration, for instance by submitting false invoices or colluding with other suppliers, can be found to have engaged in corrupt conduct. Public institutions are expected to use public money ethically and efficiently. This places responsibilities on the public sector to conduct itself in a manner that maintains public confidence in government. These responsibilities can be passed on to suppliers to the government, who are expected to play a role in upholding ethical standards. So, what public sector ethical standards apply? Obviously, suppliers must act in accordance with the law and terms of their contract. In many situations, these obligations require adherence to a public sector code of conduct or ethics. In addition, the government officials you work with are expected to be impartial at all times. They should not be offered any gifts, hospitality, or personal favours. In some situations, these gestures could be seen as bribes. Similarly, government officials are expected to maintain a professional arm's-length relationship with their suppliers. While it is perfectly okay to be on good terms and communicate regularly, you should not try to cultivate close friendships with your government clients, which could create a conflict of interest situation for them that must be reported. From time to time, suppliers compete for government work, even if their work is reliable and provides value for money. You should not expect to win significant contracts without a competitive process, which could involve due diligence procedures that examine your suitability and track record. Providing untrue information during any tender process could disqualify you from opportunities to supply to government or lead to a complaint to the ICAC. The work you do for the government might expose you to confidential or sensitive information. Divulging this information without permission or seeking to profit from it could be corrupt. In some situations, you will be asked to sign a legal confidentiality undertaking or obtain a government security clearance. Although some commercial in-confidence exemptions apply, as a general rule, government agencies have to release detailed information about their activities. This can include information about their suppliers. Depending on your contract, you may be expected to report suspected corrupt conduct. There are a number of ways to report your concerns, including directly to the ICAC. The public sector has obligations to protect reporters from detrimental action. For more information, visit www.icacc.com.au. icac.nsw.gov.au.